All right, we're back. Stephen J. Ghost, real tough talk. Next game we want to talk about is Grind Time versus Harbor Humans. Now, Grind Time is making their debut, as you say. Lou has played here before. He played with several teams in the past in UFL. He played with teams like House Gang. He played with Violators, and he played with Wolverines. But this is his first opportunity to have his squad, his dudes, his brothers on Grind Time playing with him as they debut in the UFL.
And it's a long time coming because a lot of these guys also played in this league on different teams. I believe Bope also played with him when he was on a short stint with the Wolverines. He also played with Carver, and he played with the Violators in the past. So a lot of their guys, Josh, Jalen, a lot of their guys already are familiar with the league, so they just wanted to bring their own brand in to make it official so that they can go for the title in this league as well as others. And
on the other hand, you got Harbor Humans who are 0-2 right now, but they faced two of the top teams. They played Carver and they played Never Scared. Two tough teams in their division, and now they play a Grind Time team who some would say is the next apparent to the throne in UFL or in TFL because they got their youth, but they have a lot of experience. So people think they're next. So Harbor Humans just been facing difficult team.
But my thing is this: shout outs to them because they had, a difficult schedule so far.
Yeah.
But they were competitive in every single game.
Yeah, they lost to Carver 21-12 and Never Scared 27-22. So they can put up points.
Yes, and the thing about it is they never say die. They find ways to score no matter who they're playing against. And that's saying something when you're facing a three-time champ like Carver Mob and you're facing a team who's an offensive juggernaut like Never Scared.
Right.
So give it to them. They're here to compete.
We're going to start with Grind Time getting the ball. After a few plays, Lou throws to White on the sideline who runs for a decent gain in the first down. Lou on 4 rush gets sacked by Cap. Then after a short pass, Lou on 4 rush gets sacked by Cap again. I like this guy, Cap. Definitely showing the ability to bring pressure. Definitely a newbie in this league, but definitely playing on an all-star caliber already in these first few games. Last down, Lou on 4 rush throws a shiny gap. That's going to be dropped. Turnover on downs, giving it to Harbor Humans.
And those 2 sacks by Cap and that one drive is what kind of ended the drive. It ended their momentum. And then afterwards, at the end, you see Shad dropping a pass that he wouldn't normally drop. So again, those sacks are big, especially when the secondary is holding. You get those sacks, and it gives you a higher opportunity to stop the drive.
Chris is going to throw 2 passes to Manny in the gap for a decent game, picking up the first down. Second down, Chris on 4 rush runs in the middle for a decent gain. Then Chris with a short pass to Manny in the gap. They can't reach the end zone. They're going to be stopped. And this is not really normal for this team because one thing Harbor Humans do is score points. And we see their first possession, Grind Time is able to buckle down and shut down Chris, especially you didn't really see him with a big running game. He ran, but they kind of shut down that running game. Good stop by Grind Time.
And I think that was a key to them shutting down that first drive. So as soon as you cut him off from running, he has to stay in the pocket and make something happen. And every single play, and the defense is able to buckle down and cause a turnover.
We're going to get to, after a few plays, we're going to get to 3rd and long after 2 short passes. Lou goes deep to Bo with Psycho guarding him. The pass is almost caught by Bo, but incomplete. Grind Time has to punt. And now they look unorthodox. They're attempting to try to find a way to put points on the board, but they're struggling. And I have to say with them being new to the league, because Harbor Humans is not a great defense. And for them to be able to stop Grind Time twice in a row really said that their timing on Grind Time is not looking good, especially in this first few possessions of the game. Harbor Humans is going to get the ball, but they're not going to be able to do nothing on that drive. They're going to have to punt. We're going to go with Grind Time getting the ball back. 3rd down, Lou throws deep to Brian, wide open in the middle. That one is going to be dropped. And now we've seen a few passes. Lou is throwing the ball on the money. He seems more focused than the rest of his players. They're not helping him out, and they make the big mistakes here. Last down at their own 35-yard line, Lou with blocking from Yomi, throws the ball, opening the gap. Nice game, picking up the first down. If you look here, Psycho and Manny leave him open at the last second. And this is why Harbor Humans have a terrible defense. They have 4th down at the 35-yard line. They allow Lou to find his best receiver, his favorite receiver, for a first down. That is a huge mistake by Horrible Humans.
And the thing about this play here, notice the difference between this play and a lot of other plays. You hear Yomi giving him that extra protection on at the blocker position. You see Yomi come in, give him that extra time, and because of that, they're able to make a big play to keep the drive going.
First down, Lou throws deep to Brian, who has a step on Psycho. Caught in the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Psycho got caught backpedaling and gets beat. Brian is the all-time leader in touchdowns in one single season. I believe it was 14. I guess Psycho doesn't know that. And when you're running with him, you can't backpedal because he's going to get behind you. And one thing Lou can do is this guy can throw the ball anywhere in the parking lot. He finds me here for a touchdown, 6-0.
And the thing about this is wait for Lou to go back to Brian after he dropped that open pass early in the game. It didn't bother him. He sees Brian go get open in this play. He throws it right to him. They connect again, and this time they're able to score.
After getting the first down with time running, Chris throws to Chris in the gap for a decent gain. Second down, Chris throws to Manny in the gap for a decent gain, getting him to the 15-yard line. Third down, Chris gets blitzed by Rob, who pushes Stevie back. Chris tries to run, but is sacked by Rob. Big play by Rob. Rob played with the Violators before. One thing he's going to help this grind time team do is bring that physical pass rush. And you're going to need that in this Western Conference with these offensive juggernauts. That is great pass rush by Rob. Last play before half, Chris throws it up, picked off by Shy, taking us into the half, 6-0 grind time.
On that last play, when you saw Rob pushing Cap back, that's a problem for Horrible Humans offense because they don't normally have a blocker that can stop a guy like Rob coming in. So that's another issue that they're going to have on their offense. Plus, Chris cannot run the ball when he's under pressure. So those two things is what's keeping them from scoring points. Because they're doing that, they're struggling right now in this first half.
If I'm grind time, I'm up 6-0. But I'm not worried. Shaw dropped the pass that caused a turnover. Bull couldn't get to a pass that got to stop. And the last one, we caught a touchdown after getting a first down on fourth down. I'm not worried. I am hyped if I am grind time because Lou looks laser focused. We've seen him play on other teams here. He don't look like the regular Lou. Right now, he looks like the regular Lou looking to destroy anybody on that side of the ball. So I feel good. Defensively, we stopped a very good offense. We was able to shut down Chris's running game, make him a passer, and as you can see, we stopped them, we forced him to punt, and they threw an interception. I'm happy if I'm grind time. We just got to turn it up in the second half, score some more points. After two short passes, Chris on 4 rush throws to Tony toe tap in the gap. With contact from he can't hold on, it's dropped. He's going to get ejected for cursing. He's upset with this play. He thought the ball should have been thrown a little faster. But when you have a name like Tony Toe Tap, you got to be able to make this catch. He drops the ball, but also gets ejected for cursing.
And before I even criticize this play right here, I was calling him Tony Two-Tone.
Yeah.
Regardless if you say two-tone, toe tap, I still don't want to be caught by a guy named Toe Tap. So regardless of what, I see that he has the fire in him that he wanted that play really bad. He ends up cursing, getting himself out the game. That sucks for humans because he's a weapon on their team that definitely. They lose in the middle of the game.
Last down at their own 40, Chris on 4 rush throws to Manny on the sideline for a decent game, picking up the first down. You better talk about Manny. That guy is making plays. We've seen him make plays earlier in the offense as Chris is looking for him. He's becoming another option. Remember, he has Chris, he has Psycho, he has Tony Toe Tap, and he also has this guy Manny. So Chris has some options, find him for the first down. Second down, Chris throws to Manny again on the sideline for a decent game. If you look for a nice game, If you look here, Baca gets caught spying on the quarterback and gets beat on this play. And that's because you've got to respect Chris's running ability.
And that's the thing that they've been doing. So eventually, you're going to make mistakes when you're worrying about him keeping in the pocket. And because of that, he's watching for too long, and he gets caught right here.
Third down, Chris throws deep to Sean, opening the corner end zone for the touchdown. Manny gets the extra point, 7-6, Horrible Humans. If you look here, Jalen not talking to Josh on the play. Josh leaves Sean open, and they score.
And because Jalen, he has to do either two things. Either he's going to pick up Sean and call him off and let him pick him up, or he has to tell Josh to go with him. He doesn't do either, and because of that, Josh does not see Sean get behind him in the corner, and he leaves him open for that touchdown.
Lou gets the ball back for grind time. And on 4 rush, Cat gets another sack. Lou is not a running quarterback. He is basically Russell Wilson. He's going to scramble to buy more time. That's why it's important for Cat to get this pressure in. For Lou can't buy more time. That is another sack. I believe that's the 3rd of the game. Cap is on fire. 3rd down, Lou on 4 rush, throws to Anthony in the middle, knocked away by Jesse. Grind time has to punt. That is a great stop. After getting a score, they're able to stop them, and one of the worst defense in the league is showing the ability to make stops. Great stop here.
Pressure on the quarterback is key when you want to make stops like this, and that's exactly what they've been doing. Cap with 3 sacks in this game. The secondary is holding for the 3-4 seconds that they need, and they're able to make a play to stop this drive. That's what they need to do if they want to come back in this game. They have to hold them on defense.
Chris with 2 passes and man in the gap for a decent gain. 3rd down, Chris is blitzed by Rob. Blocked by Jesse. Chris throws a Cap, who runs on the sideline for a nice gain, getting them to the 20-yard line. Jesse picks up Rob. Rob is not a guy that's going to shake nobody blitzing. He's a straight guy, straightforward guy type of blitzer, and it's good that Jesse was able to buy Chris a little bit of time. Chris able to find Cap, get him to the 20-yard line. Last play, Chris pitches it to Manny, who runs in the gap, but it's tagged short of the end zone, turnover downs. That is a huge turnover because you're only up 1. Good stop by grind time.
But I don't like this play. I know that they didn't get as close as they liked on this drive. So 4th down, they didn't have much choice, in the matter of scoring. But I would rather try my best to throw it up and see if one of my guys can get it. Rather than that, you run, they lock you down, and they keep you from scoring. That's an almost definite stop right there. If you would have picked a different play, you would have a little more of a chance.
2nd down, Lou throws the ball in the gap, knocked away by Steve. 3rd down, Lou throws the ball in the gap for a nice game. Steve is playing too far back, giving one of the most dangerous guys in this grind time offense too much space. 4th down, Lou on 4 rush, throws a Brian on the sideline for a decent gain, picking up the 1st down. Brian stops right on the line to get open. Great play by them to pick up the 1st down.
And he knows exactly where he's at on the field. He knows that they're trying to get the 1st down. So he gets his defender to keep going and make that short stop. And right as he stops, Lou is able to hit him here for the 1st down. Way for the receiver and the quarterback to be in sync on that.
And what
play.
I like about this is we've seen Brian attempting to develop rather than just a straight downfield guy. He stopped to get the 1st down, not looking for a home run, knowing his quarterback need him. And that's when you play with a guy like Lou, you have to develop, and he's definitely developing. Good play for him to pick up the 1st down. 3rd down, Lou throws a Yomi in the middle for a nice gain. If you look here, Jesse's guarding no one. And Yomi is back at tight end. Yeah, shit, we've seen him with violators at quarterback. His only year he's been in the UFL, he has not made an all-star game. But he's back on his offense. He has, I would say, arguably possibly the best quarterback he had. We're going to have to see because he has also had Fred throwing before. But we have to see what he does with Lou throwing. Definitely big weapon right there. Great play by him. Last down at the 20-yard line, Lou is blitzed by Jesse. Blocked by Yomi. Lou just gets it off. Finds Bo in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Psycho and Manny not talking. Grind time takes the lead back, 12-7.
And because they're not communicating, nobody's able to shift to the open receiver. The communication is key on defense. I know that Harbor Humans don't have a great defense, but they would improve if they end up talking more, and they don't do that. And because of that, they isolate each other, and yet another touchdown is scored on them.
Chris with 4 passes in the gap to get the decent gain for the 1st down, stopping the clock. Chris throws a Psycho in the middle for a decent gain. Clock is moving. 2nd down, Chris with blocking from Cap. Runs for a decent gain, getting him to the 20-yard line. Last play, Chris on 4 rush scrambles, but he's sacked by Baca. Ending the game, grind time with the win, 12-7.
And that is a huge sack to end the game. Chris was under pressure. Again, they've been having him under pressure throughout this game. That's why Chris did not look like himself in this whole game. They were only able to score once in this game. Because of that, he wasn't able to get the ball off here. He's scrambling, doesn't know where to go. They box him in, and then Baca's able to get him with that sack there. Not even getting a chance to throw the ball up. So that's great defense by Grind Time, shutting down this Harbor Human defense. I believe this is one of the first teams to keep them under 2 touchdowns so far this season. Great way for Grind Time to grind and get the win.
Well, Harbor Humans, this is the first time that they didn't score double digits.
Yes.
They scored 12 the first game of the season, and they scored 22 points the second game of the season. They was held to 7. But I'm going to tell you what lost them the game. Definitely, they played decent defense. But what lost them the game is grind time's third possession on 4th down. They allowed Lou to get a first down on 4th down, and they end up scoring that drive. In the second half, on grind time's second possession, they allowed Lou to pick up the 4th down, the first down on 4th down, and then they allowed Lou to score on that same drive on 4th down. In the UFL, 4th down touchdowns are killers. You cannot give up touchdowns on 4th down. That was huge. Then Horrible Humans, they had the ball 3 times in the first half. Stop, punt, interception. 3 times in the second half. Touchdown, stop, stop. They couldn't score. And now they need to panic because people found out how to shut them down, shut down their running game, and they're in trouble. We didn't hear Chris, the receiver Chris, going off.
At all.
We didn't hear Psycho going off. The only one we seen go off was Manny, who's probably their third.
And that was only on the inside.
Yeah, their third receiver, because Tony Two-Tap is they're basically their tight end. And we seen Cat play well defensively with 3 sacks.
Yeah.
So that's something to build on. But they got to get better because now they're 0-3. And on the other side, Grind Time was able to pull away a game. They were able to overcome their drops. Now, we had a lot of people saying Lou is maybe a little aggressive as the captain of this team. He runs this team. But that's his game. It keeps him in tune with his players. It's always love because you hear Lou, everything with Lou is grind time. That's his life. So he's a little aggressive, but you take the good with the bad. He's still one of the most dangerous, accurate quarterbacks in this league, and he showed in this game.
But my thing is, why is anybody arguing with somebody being aggressive with their team? They want to win. I don't see nobody talking about, oh, Pam's of Carver Mob is too aggressive with his team. They win. Aggressive people on your team, when you're serious and you want to get your team in the right track, you're going to be aggressive. And it works because it gets them focused. It gets them showing that you care and they're going to care. So why is anybody saying anything about Lou being too aggressive to his team? If it works, they've been winning championships.
We've seen Swiss be aggressive. He was aggressive with IOD.
Thing. When he's aggressive with IOD, he's aggressive with the
Rico aggressive with YMM.
And it works. All of these teams win championships when they're aggressive to their guys. It works. So it's a good formula. I don't mind it. It shows passion on what you're doing, and it helps you get results at the end of the day. So it is what it is. Right here, they end up getting away with a win. What a way to start. They have another one. They have a chance to sweep the day. If they keep up with this momentum, they can possibly do that.
And we're going to wrap this one up. Grind Time comes away with the win, 12-7 over Harbor Humans. We're going to be right back. Real Tough Talk. Next game up, we're going to have Grind Time, who just won after making their debut. Now with Team X, they play Team X, who's making their debut. And this team is ran by Doughboy. He was a part of the Violators organization last year. But now he comes in with his own brand, his own team, and he brings up a few of the Hustlers guys. He got Kaz. Mm-hmm. He has Jay Will. It's his own guy, Ralph. Henry. Those are the main guys that's on the team. Mm-hmm. So like I said, Ralph, Kaz, Jay Will, Henry, you know what I mean, and B-Roy. Mm-hmm. Those are just some of the main names of guys that you be like, wow. But the main thing about it is their quarterback position. Hood is their starting quarterback. He left UTF to come to this team to throw. The question is Hood the quarterback that can take Team X to the level where Doughboy is trying to get them?
Well, it's all about the skill level that he has. Does he have an arm? Yes, he does. Is he relatively accurate? I can say so. Can he stay? Can he, get out of the pocket and extend some time for himself? Oftentimes he can. It's all about how he fits in with these guys and how he utilizes them to fit his play style. Because if they're not able to, get in sync with each other like Hood was able to do in the past with his team, Rep City, then he's going to struggle. Regardless of what stars you have, Hood is going to struggle. So there's a lot that he has to prove this year, knowing that he's moving to another team, especially the way that he did. Now there's more pressure and more eyes on him to win, and he has to be able to perform regardless.
And they play a grind time team. They're just coming off of a win, but they're looking to beat Team X early because they're in the same division. Grind time is on a mission this season, and they're really trying to get their brand to the championship. And this is a top team that's been, arguably a top team, Team X, with the players they got. But we know talent doesn't always beat team.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to see how that goes. We're going to jump right into the game. Lou on 4 rush, throws to Anthony in the middle for a nice game, pick up the first down. I like this kid. It's for the guys that don't know, this is Sticky Son, but he's not just Sticky Son. This kid is starting to make a reputation of his own as being a player, baller. He played on teams like the U before. He played on, I believe, UTF before. This kid is making a name for himself, but he bleeds grind time, and this is a good play by him. Second down, Lou is blitzed by Kaz, throws to Anthony on the sideline to get them to the 7-yard line. Third to go, Lou finds Brian cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Brian gets the extra point. 7-0, grind time strikes first.
And right away, they look much different than the grind time we saw in the game against Horrible Humans. They're able to score fast, they're able to chop down the field, and Brian is able to get open right away. This is the momentum that they have. It looks like their momentum is even greater than it was in the last game.
Second down, after getting the first, Hood throws to no more on the sideline for a decent game. Third down, Hood is blitzed by Rob. Blocked by B-Roy. Hood throws deep to Ralph in the end zone with 2 defenders there. Ralph goes upstairs with the catch for the touchdown. B-Roy gets the extra point, 7-7. And before we talk about this play, I gotta say, boy,
you got mossed.
Definitely, they got mossed. Great play by Ralph to go upstairs to make the play. I like the fact that Rob, who just saw the bullyism, like that word, right? Bullyism. Last game, B-Roy slows him down, and it's a different Pied Piper here he's coming after now.
And that's the thing. B-Roy, this is what he does. This guy, he may not be heavy set like a lot of other guys, but his size is very deceptive. You may think that, he's just a receiver, but no. This guy can battle the likes of people like Ricky coming in on the blitz. So you got to watch this man because he's able to give his quarterback time no matter who's rushing in, and at least a nice play there.
And Hood with a good throw. Ralph is a former All-Star, so he's a playmaker. But Hood is able to find him, throw the ball up to only where Ralph can go get it. Great play by Hood on his first drive. He scores right back. Grind time gets the ball back. Lou on 4 rush, rolls left, then throws the ball on the sideline, who runs for a nice game, picking up first down. This is why I call Lou Russell Wilson. He rolls out to buy more time for his receivers. He's not running. He's looking for his receiver and find Bowhead. Great play by Lou. Then Lou throws to Anthony in the gap, who runs it in the middle for a nice game. Third to go, Lou finds White wide open in the corner for the touchdown. If you look here, Rob leaving him open. E-Rock with the extra point, 14-7, grind time.
And grind time again scores, chopping down the field. Team X looks like their defense is almost non-existent at this point. You have a lot of star power on this team, but it's not coming together to look like anything right now, and grind time is taking advantage with yet another score in the first half.
Hood with blocker throws to Henry on the sideline for a decent game. After getting the first down, Hood with blocker runs in the gap for a decent game. Third down, Hood on 4 rush, throws it off in the back of the end zone, picked off by Jalen. Grind time gets the ball back, but if you look here, Nomar was wide open, and Hood missed him.
And these are the mistakes Hood cannot afford to make. He goes for too much here. It's only third down, so you can get closer and make your chances easier for you to score. Nomar standing right there, easy throw like that gives you a better chance. No, he tries to go for it all here. They waited for it, they baited him, and that leads to interception here.
Next drive, Lou gets blitzed by Marquise, who throws it to Yomi in the gap for a nice gain. Lou then throws deep to Bo on the sideline, who beats J-Real, makes the catch for a nice gain and a first down. If you look here, J-Real got caught on a chair route. Bo is dangerous, and Lou can find him. Great route running by Bo.
And the thing that we've often mentioned on teams that have size advantage, they have problems keeping up with shorter, faster receivers.
Yep.
And that's exactly what happened with Super Friends last year when they faced Carver Mom. It's happening right now with Grind Time. They have a lot of short, fast receivers, and some of the same guys was playing that game. So right now, Team X is suffering what Super Friends suffered in the playoffs, and it's killing them right now.
Second down, Lou throws to White in the gap for a decent game, getting him near the 10-yard line. Third down, Lou is blitzed by Kaz, blocked by Yomi. Lou finds Brian cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Brian gets by Ralph. It's wide open. Bo gets the extra point. 21-7, Grind Time.
But that would have not happened if Yomi wasn't there to give him those extra seconds of protection. You see Yomi here flexing. He's talking about he's trying to win Block of the Year this year. He's done it all, like, you know, being an all-star tight end and everything like that. Now he wants to show that he can block as well, and he's providing some good protection for Lou, and that's how they're able to score yet again in the first half.
Last play before half, Hood throws it up, picked off by Brian, taking us into the half. 21-7, Grind Time.
And this is a tale of two teams. Grind Time, the first game, they struggled and scraped by the first game, 12-7. This game, totally different. They scored more in this first half than they did the whole of last game. That shows the momentum that they have, the type of instinct that they have. Lou and his receivers, they're playing defense. Everything that they're doing right. And I like most of all, Yomi stepping up to give protection to Lou. I think that is the difference maker for their offense. And because of that, they're able to score a lot of points in the first half.
Teammates have a problem. I know, you know, Hood threw 2 picks in the first half. One of them was on just to throw up. You know. But let's look at the defense first. Grind Time score every time they got the ball. They got the ball 3 times in the first half, scored 3 times. Let's look at this. Look at this play with Brian cutting in the back in the end zone and Lou finding him. That's not Hood's fault. Look at this one. 3rd and goal. Lou finds White wide open in the corner of the end zone. If you look here, Ralph leads the corner. That's not Hood's fault. And you look at the next drive. 3rd down. On the blitz. Yomi picks it up. Lou finds Brian cutting in the back of the end zone. If you look here, Brian gets by Ralph and it's open. These are the defensive guys that's supposed to help shut it down. As a quarterback, it takes time to learn your team. But it's the same thing defensively. You can't expect to come, especially in this league, 4 seconds, blitz, all this, and not take advantage. This is a defensive league. You cannot give up 3 touchdowns. Because I'm going to tell you what happens. Not only is it a hit to your ego, but other teams are watching, and they learn how to attack you. And it looks like Team X is not good at communicating with each other. They're trying to win based on talent, and that's why they're down 21-7. So we're going to jump right into the second half. After a short pass on 1st down, Hood throws a no-more on the gap for a decent gain. 3rd down, Hood on 4 rush is sacked by Josh. But if you look here, look at all the receivers. Everybody's deep. Hood got nobody to throw to. 4th down, Hood throws a screen to Kaz, but they can't reach the end zone. Turnover and downs, giving it back to Grind Time, another stop.
And right now, it's either the Hood is not in rhythm or his offense, his receivers are not helping him out. I think it's a little bit of both. Right here, on this play here, this is what kills the drive. Everybody's going deep. There's nobody short for Hood to throw to keep the drive going. You gotta be offensively aware of what part of the field you're at and what you're trying to do. You don't have to be a quarterback to know that you have to chop the field up. So somebody has to stay short. Somebody has to come back to the quarterback to make things easier for him. They're not doing that, and because of that, they're struggling to put up points right now.
Lou with 2 passes to Yomi on the sideline for a nice gain. 3rd down, Lou is blitzed by Kaz, blocked by Yomi. Lou throws deep to White, who has a step on Henry in the gap, caught for a big gain in the 1st down. Too much speed. Henry cannot keep up with White. That is too much speed. He has a lower level of gravity, and White will make you pay. Definitely good play by him. And of course, Lou, Mr. Russell Wilson, finds him.
And that's just them, White and Bo. They've been doing this so long to so many different teams. It's hard to stop these two guys when they're cutting in the slots, moving around the field. All you can do is chase them and hope that you can make a play. Hope right there, it didn't happen, and White was able to keep the drive going.
3rd and goal. Lou finds E-Rock in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Ralph gets beat during the chuck. 27-7, grind time.
And it seems like they're trying to do whatever they can to slow these guys down. Even the chuck here is not enough, because the chuck itself is what gets him open.
Yep.
As soon as he's chucking him, he's beat. And Lou sees that and hits him right on the money for them to score yet another touchdown. These guys right now are looking really good on offense. They look unstoppable at this point.
2nd down, Hood throws to Ralph in the gap for a decent gain. 3rd down, Hood throws the cast in the gap. Nice game, picking up a 1st down. Hood then throws the cast again in the gap for a decent gain. 2nd down, Hood throws the Henry on the sideline with contact for Baca, pass is incomplete. This offense looked way out of sync. They'd be able to get short gains because of the talent, but they can't make big gains, and it's hurting them here. Last down, Hood throws the J-Will in the corner end zone, incomplete. Turnover on downs, giving it right back to grind time.
And like you said earlier, they're all talent, but there's no game plan. There's no style. There's no, type of tempo or anything. There's no strategy involved. Hood has to be the quarterback and set up these guys, like I said earlier, to his style. He hasn't done that. They're just trying to play together. When you play a pickup game like this on the team that has been in sync all game, you're not going to come away to win. And the score is reflective of that right now.
2nd down, Lou throws to Anthony in the gap for a decent gain. 3rd down, Lou throws short to Yomi in the gap for a decent gain, picking up the 1st down, which is going to end the game 27-7, grind time.
I mentioned about them grind time needing to keep the momentum. They increased the momentum tenfold in this game. They went from scoring 12, struggling to win a game 12-7, to winning a game against a more talented team 27-7. That's them getting in rhythm, doing what they know that they can do. Take the defense with what the defense gives you, and then take more. That's exactly what their offense did. The defense did exactly what they needed, stopping Team X from getting themselves in rhythm. So the whole team is who gets credit for this win. Everything that they did, they were supposed to do, pressuring the quarterback, keeping Hood out of rhythm. Everything that they did is what awarded them this win.
You said grind time beat they beat the more talented team.
Yes. Then the Horrible Humans, yes.
This team, this group has talent. They're not a team, but they have talent. So I'm going to take out team out of it, Team X. I'm going to just call them X. Because they have a lot of X factors. This kid has, his speed and his aggression is on a different level. I know I like to call Puka Russell Westbrook. Kaz is similar to that. And I just met him. I just got to see him just watching his play.
So you're comparing him to a basketball player.
Right. I always do that. Whoever. I'm just talking about his 100 miles an hour per play.
Oh, I got you.
Ralph went to the All-Star game. He was on one of the best defenses in the league last year. He has to bring that to this team. But all that could be fixed. They have too much talent not to be successful. I'm not worrying about that. The question is, offensively, they had the ball 5 times and scored once. Hood threw a pass. If you saw here, he threw a jump ball to Ralph. That was called for a touchdown. He attempted to find Ralph again, and Jalen, if you look here, Jalen read the play and picked him off. Hood has to step up as a leader of this team. This is not Rep City. These are stars that's looking at you to lead them. And right now, they don't believe in you. Let's call a spade a spade. This offense does not believe in him. You can see it in their face, in their frustration. And it's spilled over to defense. That they allow grind time to run around the field and do what they want. Bo, Brian, White destroyed them. They got to figure out what they're going to do. They have to make a decision. Is this guy their quarterback?
Listen, just watching one game, I can't judge Hood as much as you are right now. Again, this team, like you said, they're not a team. So I'm confident they have the ability. Let's just give them, me personally, I'm going to give them 2 more games and see how they perform. Once we get them 3 games in, then we can make our judgment calls and say if this team is in trouble or not. Yes, they had a hiccup this week.
What are they going to do? Quarterbacks don't
That's
grow on
not what
trees.
I'm saying. But listen, again, I'm not going to kill Hood right now because in his own right, he is a capable quarterback. He was a few plays last year from, winning. He was a few plays down from IOD, from competing with IOD to win to go into the championship. He was right there, 9 points out, a few plays away.
This is not Rep City.
Again.
Let me tell you why. These players that's looking at him in the huddle,
okay,
they expect results.
Okay.
The players that looked at him in Rep City, they've seen what he's done.
Okay.
They believe in him. He has to prove it to this offense on the fly. Then he has to know in the back of his mind, forget UTF. Mm-hmm. He has to look at Izzy's numbers, who's touring for Rep City now and had a decent game.
Yeah.
So he has more talent on this team. So that's all the pressure that's coming in. And this right here is going to make or break Hood's career.
Well,
he has the talent. Izzy with the talent on the U took him to a chip in City Island. Mm. Izzy with the talent on Rep City took him to the Final Four before. If you remember, in UFL.
Okay.
Hood took this team to a Final Four. Rep City. But they didn't have the talent that Team X has. It's championship or bust for Team X.
Okay.
And I don't think a guy like Doughboy is going to sit around worrying about feelings.
Well, you know what?
Trust me, right now, Doughboy's in the lab trying to figure out what he's going to do.
Listen, it's only one game. We have to wait and see. That's all I'm saying.
I believe you. It's not that they lost. It's how they lost. And we're going to have to see what happens. We're going to wrap this one up. Grind time with the win. They go 2-0 for the day over Team X 27-20. We'll be right back. Next game up, Rep City versus the Browns. They get back the quarterback who took them to the best record in Rep City's franchise history in Izzy when they were number 1 in the East. They lost in the Elite 8 on a walk-off by Riot Squad, but at the end of the day, Izzy takes his team to the next level. They definitely have an opportunity to make noise now that they got their quarterback back.
And the thing about Izzy, it's problems, talking to some of the guys, this man lives in another borough. So it's hard to travel back and forth and commit to a league when you're living already so far away. Some people can do it, some can't. So you know what? They needed him. Izzy, being their guy, he comes and he's, helping out the best they can.
Definitely.
Me personally, I don't know if he's going to make every single game. I don't think that's going to happen. So there's going to be games where they're going to struggle on their own. But Izzy just has to find a way to be here to be their quarterback on the games that they really need, especially leading towards the playoffs. Hopefully they do that because with Izzy, they can perform at the high level that this team can perform when they have a quarterback. When they had Hood, they went to the Final Four. When they had Izzy, they had the best record in the league. So if they can get back to that level, then they have a bigger chance of getting further than they did last year.
And the Browns come in, this is not the same Browns that went to 2 UFL championships. But You know, in the last few years, you know, they have not been that same team. But Jingo and Goonie have gone out, and they got some young heads now. They're bringing youth back, which is what Browns needed. They're trying to vibe on that defense that has the ability to shut down anybody. We've seen this team hold Chuck to 3 touchdowns in 2 championship games. So they're trying to get back to their original pedigree. They will have Puka, former UFL All-Star MVP, former UFL MVP, one of the best players ever to put on a Browns uniform. Here, the next best guy, Trev, is hurt. Trying to get back. May not make it this season. I doubt he's going to play this year. But just having his energy on the sideline is good. But they got Binky. Binky's another guy coming up. He made the All-Star team last year. I like his game. I like his physical. I like his size. And there's definitely a good player and a future star in the making. They don't have Reggie. Reggie's re-signed with this team. He went back home and played the Browns, but he's dealing with an injury. So we're trying to find out about his injury, but Lonnie will get a start. Lonnie's not the same quarterback as Reggie, but he's definitely a capable quarterback in all that's able to hold down the fort until Reggie gets back. And we're going to jump right into the game. Izzy's going to throw the cello in the gap for a decent game, picking up the first down. Then Izzy with blocker from B-Dot. Throws the D-boy on the sideline for a nice gain. Second down, Izzy, blitzed by Lowe's, rolls right, throws the ball on the sideline, knocked away by Mills. Third down, on 4 rush, Izzy rolls right, throws the ball in the end zone, picked off by Mills. Browns get the ball back. If you look here, Horse is open in the middle, and Izzy misses it.
And right away on the first drive, they're not in sync here. Izzy, if you saw, is under pressure, and he tries to get the ball off. That leads to interception. He's a quarterback that he can run at times, but he's more of a scrambling quarterback.
Right.
But he's going to need protection. That's B-Dot's job. They have to find a way to keep him comfortable in the pocket. Otherwise, this is going to happen a little more often than they want.
And I like to call, as you know me, I like to go through different quarterbacks.
Always.
And Izzy always reminded me of like a Colin Kaepernick. He can destroy you with his legs. He has a big arm. He's very accurate. But at times, he tends to make mistakes that he should not make, that he should know better than to make. And that's the problem with his game. You know, sometimes he makes mistakes that you know he's too experienced to make. And this is another one right here. Browns get the ball, but they're not able to do nothing. They're going to have to punt. Second down, Izzy throws the deep ball on the sideline for a nice gain. Last down, Izzy gets blitzed by Lowe's, blocked by B-Dot. Izzy throws the Beastie in corner end zone. Beastie skates inbounds, can't hold on to the ball, incomplete, turnover on down.
And this was a good way to stay in bounds, try his best to be focused on the play. That's a good throw by Izzy, getting through the defense. Unfortunately, Beastie was not able to.
He has to hold the ball. He has to hold the ball.
I mean, again, this was not an easy catch. It's really a difficult catch. But when you're doing so much, if you've been playing in this league for so long, you got to make sure that this happens. You're a veteran at this point, and this should be your bread and butter. Unfortunately, it didn't work out on that drop there.
Lonnie with 3 passes to Binky in the gap for a nice gain. Then Lonnie throws it on the sideline for a short gain, picking up the first down. Lonnie throws to Chris in the gap for a decent gain. Second down, Lonnie with blocking, scrambles, throws the receiver who runs for a short gain. Last down, Lonnie throws it up in the end zone, incomplete, turnover on downs, giving it back to Rep City, and they did nothing that drive. I told you all those plays, but those was relatively small plays, wasn't no big gains, and they're going to get stopped.
And all they're doing is taking what the defense gives them. The problem with this is that the defense is not giving them much. They're not budging. They're not letting them move downfield, and they're making sure that the presence under pressure, that the pressure is there. The presence of that pressure is there. Lonnie knows that the pressure is coming somewhere or another, and that's keeping him on his toes. That's keeping him from getting in rhythm, and because of that, that's yet another stop for their offense.
Izzy gets the ball back. He's going to throw deep to Meach on the sideline, who has a step on Mills, caught for a big gain in first down. And 2 things I like about this. One, I killed Meach last week. I said he was struggling. He did not look like the Meach of old, and he said that was the motivation he needed to get back, and that's a big play by him. And this play, Mills picked Izzy off for 4. Don't think that wasn't in the back of Izzy's mind. And like I said, this throw is what makes Izzy dangerous. He has a Colin Kaepernick type arm. He can get it any way downfield, and he does it here. Big K, great throw by Izzy. Izzy then with blocker from B-Dot. throws a Bisky in the gap, who runs it to the 2-yard line. Izzy has too much time. B-Dot is one of the best blockers in this league. He's finally healthy. Great blocks by him. Second to go, Izzy is blitzed by Los, rolls right, throws a sell on the front of the end zone for the touchdown. Rel gets the extra point, 7-0, and that's why I call him Kaepernick. See, he's able to roll away from the pressure, make a throw for the touchdown. Izzy Kaepernick, 7-0 Rep City.
And this is the defining play right here. As Izzy's sitting in the pocket trying to figure out what he's going to do on this play, all you see is B-Dot beating up Brett on this play right here. No way he's getting through. You got to send help. Listen, Brett, he's a dedicated player. He has the heart, and he finds ways to make things happen when he's playing. But you're not getting through B-Dot. I'm sure even he knows that. So you need to send help. Otherwise, Izzy's going to sit comfortable in the pocket and make plays like that all day.
Lonnie with blocking from Chris runs for a decent game, pick up the first down. But if you look here, nobody's open. After getting the first down, Lonnie throws deep to Tarzan on the sideline. Nice catch. Big game by Tarzan. And this is what they need. These are the open Browns. These are the big playmaking guys. This is Jingle going to get youth and guys that can make plays. Great catch by Tarzan. Third down. Lonnie throws a Tarzan again in the gap to get him to the 7-yard line. Tarzan is making plays, and that's what this team's going to need to do. Last down, Lonnie throws a Puka in the corner end zone. Knocked away by Bisky. Turnover on downs. Browns looking for a pass interference. What do you think?
I don't think I see pass interference on this play. It looked like Bisky, as he's playing for the ball, he stretches his hands out, goes around Puka on this play, and knocks the ball down. Puka feels like there was contact made, but it was just Bisky moving to get the ball. It did not obstruct Puka's running lane at all, in my opinion. I couldn't be wrong, but the way it looks, it doesn't look so. It just looks like Bisky reached around them and make a good defensive play.
Rep City gets the ball back. Third down, Izzy with blocker from B-Dot, throws a Meech in the gap. Meech with the catch for a nice gain at the 40-yard line. And Izzy is on fire, and Meech is burning with him. Izzy on fourth down, throws deep to Meech, who has a step on Tarzan, on the sideline, caught, runs it into the end zone for the touchdown. Cello gets the extra point, 14-0, Rep City.
Now you see Izzy and Meech getting into a definite rhythm in this game. Those small passes, dump off or whatever, driving down the field, and now a deep pass, getting past the defender. This is something that Meech can do at any given moment. We always seen him more of as a defensive player, but when he wants to, he can be a weapon on offense, and he's showing that in this game right now.
That's going to take us into the half, 14-0. Browns got punt, stop. It's not all Lonnie's fault. Always give you quarterbacks. Lonnie is Eli Manning.
Mm-hmm.
You have to help him make plays. If you have a staff that's going to help him, he can make big plays. Lonnie cannot carry offense by himself. Guys got to run routes. Guys got to get open. Guys got to help him out. Because when he starts trying to do it on his own, that's when he tends to make mistakes. You have to give this guy protection. You got to get guys open. Because if you do that, he can make some plays, as you saw when he found Tarzan. Mm-hmm. But if you make him work on his own, he's going to make mistakes. And defensively, you can't stop him with an interception, then stop them, then allow Izzy to throw 2 touchdowns on you. That's too much. He's getting too comfortable. This defense needs to step it up. Mm-hmm. Puka got to get these guys a little more motivated, a little more like upset, because this Rep City team is laughing, having too much fun, and you got to bring that to a halt. We're going to jump right into the second half. Third down, Lonnie on 4 rush, throws to Earn in the gap, almost picked off by D-Boy. Earn is not looking. Browns have to punt. Another stop by Rep City.
And this is just them not looking like they are on the same page, clearly. Because Lonnie's trying to make a throw here. Earn is open on this play. Earn stops. He looks at Lonnie right when he turns away to try to get more down the field. That's when Lonnie throws it. You gotta keep an eye on the quarterback at all times, because the ball can come at any given moment. Because he did it, that was almost picked off on that play.
Second down, Izzy with blocker from B-Dot. Throws the Bisky open in the middle for a nice gain. Earn steps up to help, leaving him wide open. B-Dot is buying Izzy time, and Izzy's able to throw any team apart if he has this much time. Next down, Izzy's blitzed by Los. Throws in the middle, passes blocked by Chris, knocking it down at Giver, incomplete. Fourth down, 4 rush. Izzy throws it in the middle, picked off by Puka, giving it back to the Browns, and that's why it says, is he capping it? Sometimes he makes a mistake. You just went to the middle, and it was blocked by the giver. So you assume that you was going to get it there again, and this time, the former All-Star MVP, the former UFL MVP, makes you pay Puka with the interception. Second down, Lonnie throws to Chris, open in the middle for a nice gain, getting him the first down. Then Lonnie throws to Mills on the sideline for a nice gain. Third down, Lonnie's blitzed by Meach, throws it to Chris, which is dropped. But if you look here, Binky was wide open on the sideline. Lonnie missed him. Last down, Lonnie throws it up, knocked away, turnover on downs, giving it right back to Rep City. Second down, Izzy throws the horse in the gap, decent gain, can't get any further. Rep City after punt. That's a good stop by the Browns. Still in the game, 14-0. Lonnie's blitz and sacked by Steve-O. Lonnie gets flagged for cursing. And Lonnie's upset with Goonie. You probably can't see Goonie outside on the sideline, but they're both arguing from the sideline. Lonnie's frustrated. Guys are now looking back, and you get caught for cursing. Second down, Lonnie throws the Mills in the gap, dropped, tipped by Meach, picked off by Steve-O, who runs it back in the end zone for the touchdown. Ending the game, Rep City 20-0 over the Browns.
The way that this game ended is telling of what happened throughout the game. It's like, regardless of what intentions Lonnie had, it didn't fall into place. This was a routine pass that turned into an interception run back. Easy pass to Mills. Mills pretty much bobbles it, and it goes the other way. This is what this team has been doing from the beginning of the game to the end. No spark on offense at all. At all. Their defense made a couple of stops that, they tried to keep them in the game, and then they fell apart. Their offense has to step it up. They have another game today, or they have another game in the same day. I don't think that they want to get swept out of the whole day with 2 losses. So they have to find that spark on offense. They have to find that strategy on offense and execute the best that they can, because this game is not the way you want to play at all.
I always say you never accept anything in the win that you wouldn't in the loss. Mm-hmm. Ref City had the ball 6 times, and they only scored twice. Izzy threw 2 picks. That's huge. Mm-hmm. He's going to get the rhythm back. But the Browns was able to make stops when they had to. We're not going to count the pick 6 because that's not against their defense. Mm-hmm. I like what I saw from Izzy. He has to be a little more consistent. He got hot and scored 2 times. And then, second half, he threw a pick and they had to punt. So they didn't look good in the second half. One thing about Jingo, he knows defense. So he's definitely going to have his defense ready. He's never been an offensive-minded guy. So that's why he needs his quarterback, Reggie, to get better. The team needs Reggie to throw. Mm-hmm. They have enough talent to make noise. I think they need 1 or 2 more players to help them out. But they definitely have some talent, especially Puka's there. Tarzan showed some ability today. Binky's definitely a guy who can step up and make plays. They have to make plays, and they have to limit their turnovers because they don't want to get in the shootout. They don't have the team to get into shootout. I know we used to the Browns being high pace. That's not this Browns team anymore. They have a lot of youth. They got to slow down because they're going to make mistakes. So you don't want those mistakes to be so big that they cost you games. So we're going to wrap it up. Rep City comes away with the win, 20-0 over the Browns. We'll be right back. Last game, 99 Problems versus the Browns. And this is where you're going to see Shannon debut as the starting quarterback of 99. We heard in the offseason it was going to happen. Then we heard rumors that they may go with Casey. We seen Casey throw the first game for 99. They lost that game. But now Shannon is now the starting quarterback of 99 Problems.
And this looks like this is going to stick this time. Before we were debating, before they were deciding, and then we saw KC, and then we figured that they were not going ahead with that decision that they made with Shannon starting. But I think that the only reason why they didn't go ahead with the whole thing with Shannon starting is because Shannon had games in other leagues, right. Championships, Final Fours, or whatnot, so he wasn't able to play in this league at the time. All of that so it's said and done with, so now Shannon has opportunity to take the helm as quarterback. I think that Casey's gone. me personally. So the way that they play today, all eyes is going to be on Shannon. You know, how he performs, what he does. Is it going to show as, does he look like a quarterback that's going to take his team to a championship? Because Casey already did that.
And then not only do they debut Shannon, Herbie's back.
Yes.
Former UFL All-Star MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Former UFL runner-up MVP.
Mm-hmm.
They got him back. They also opened up this team. They picked up the Rookie of the Year, Twan.
Yes.
They picked up Ja, an all-star.
Mm-hmm.
They picked up X, who was here last year, another former all-star.
Yeah.
These are all the guys they have in the secondary.
They picked up Bop
Bop.
on offense. So,
They have Heck playing defense. They have Mike, another defensive all-star player.
Yeah.
Who went to the All-Star game last year. So they got all that unleashed in this defense. That secondary is very dangerous.
And these are a lot of guys that can make plays at any given moment. And now they're coming over under one roof. That is scary, the number of all-stars, potential all-stars. You know, there's a lot of, you know, jewelry that they're wearing in terms of like awards and things like that. A lot of guys have been here before. So at the end of the day, they have to culminate all of that into a championship. This 99 team has been to a championship before, but not with this much talent.
Right.
So it's the real deal for them. It has to be win or bust at this point because they have all the pieces that you would need to win a championship. So that's the only thing that's going to be acceptable at this point.
And they play a Browns team that just coming off of a loss to Rep City. We're going to have to see if they can turn it around. 99 gets the ball first. On second down, Shannon throws a bop in the middle, picked off by Puka, giving it back to the Browns, and this is the Puka that they need. Puka had an interception last game. He has an interception this game. If he goes back to being a Russell Westbrook type player that can dominate a game by himself, you're in trouble. Great play by him.
And the thing about this play here, you see a few short passes by Shannon trying to, you know, slowly get the feel of the game, you know, with some small passes. This pass right here, that just shows that he's underestimating his defense. He's underestimating Puka, who's already been an MVP in the past. All-star, you know, all of these things that he's already done. You don't take advantage, you don't disrespect this man by throwing his way in that way. I think that was just Shannon getting the feelers out. Unfortunately, the way he did in this play led to interception.
Lonnie with 2 passes in the gap for a decent gain. Last down, Lonnie throws it up. Picked off by Ty. Browns 99 get the ball back, and they started off again. Ty with the interception.
So I don't think that they even worried about the interception that Shannon threw because they figured that their defense was able to hold in place, and they're able to get an interception right back. Anybody on this defensive core can make something happen on their own. And they're playing together and get their offense back on the field. Second
down, Shannon throws a bop in the middle for a decent gain. Third down, we're blocking from Book. Shannon runs, cuts in middle, out, back in for a big gain and a first down. This is Shannon big. This is what makes him different. This is what Casey can't do. And this is what no quarterback in this league can do. That's counting Chris. That's counting Izzy. That's even counting Ramsey. They cannot run like Shannon, and he makes it pay here.
The only quarterbacks that can ever run like that are not playing in this league right now. So at the end of the day, Shannon's the only person that can do that. I don't want to hear nobody else complain about the field is slippery, the field is this, the field is that. If you see the cuts that this man is making on this field, there's no excuses anymore. If he's able to do that, then that shows that it's possible to play and make your moves and play and keep and plant your feet on the ground and make something happen because Shannon's able to do it right here.
First and goal, Shannon throws the Ed on the sideline, who runs it in for the touchdown. Rico gets the extra point, 7-0. Yes, that's Ed that played with them Guinness, that went to a championship and lost. He went to 99 Prowlers because he wants to get back to that dance. Sometimes being there is addictive, and he shows what he can do similar to what he did with Guinness last season. He brings it here, touchdown, 99.
And that is another added weapon onto your repertoire on this team, because Ed is a person that is a big playmaker on offense. He's not a person that's gonna, hit you with a 50-yard pass or anything like that. But through the middle and through the gaps, this man is dangerous. He's made things happen regardless of whether it's in a regular season or the playoffs, and he's showing that he can make some plays regardless. As long as you get in the ball, he's gonna make something happen.
After getting the first down, Lonnie throws a pinky in the gap for a decent gain. Third down, Lonnie throws a Tarzan on the sideline, who runs it into the 10-yard line. Last down, Lonnie gets blitzed by Matt, throws it to Binky in the back of the end zone, picked off by Twan, giving it back to 99, and Twan is the best safety in this league. There is no safety better than Twan. He was up there in interceptions. He broke his arm, came back this season, and now we're already starting off with an interception. I say he's the best safety in the league. Good interception by him.
And the funny thing is, he was on his way to break the interception record.
Yep.
Last season. Right now, the record is 8 that Meach holds at this point. So he was on his way, because that was what, week 7, week 8 that he broke his arm. So he could have easily passed that record. But unfortunately, that's how it ended the season. But he's showing that he's back, he's healthy, and he's trying to get his team a championship with plays like that for the rest of the season.
Shannon gets blitzed by Los, runs to the sideline for a nice gain. And look what happens. The blitz doesn't even affect this man, because his ability to run the football, that is dangerous. Third down, Shannon on 4 rush, runs in the gap for a decent gain, picking up a first down. Then Shannon throws a pop in the gap for a decent gain. Last play before half, Shannon throws it up, almost picked up by Binky, takes us into the half, 7-0, 99.
The key to this game for the Browns is to protect Lonnie. Whatever you gotta do, protect this man. Because every time he gets a drive going, he starts moving the ball, they either blitz or put pressure on him, and then a bad play happens where they get an interception or they stop them. They got to protect Lonnie. Give him time to make something happen in the pocket. If you don't do that, you're not going to get anything, because you haven't been able to score in the last 2 games. You're going to keep the trend, and you're going to lose this game as well. If you do not protect Lonnie, they got to find a way to do so.
Lonnie's going to give us opportunities to get the ball from 99. We have the best secondary in the game. Nobody can beat us one-on-one. We're good. One of our weaknesses, we got to work on the blitz in the quarterback, bringing pressure. But that's something that we can do on the fly. Offensively, we got Book to block, but it's going to be times that we don't even use Book as a blocker. Because if we use a guy like Bop, who can block and release, he's a better receiver than Book. Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately, Book may lose some playing time, because Shannon can beat guys on his own. So why not put another weapon out there? He's already showing it. He made a mistake throwing an interception his first time, but you saw the danger he brings in his legs and his scrambling ability. We're going to have to see what happens in the second half. Lonnie gets the ball, he throws a Binky in the gap for the first down. Nice game. And this is what Lonnie has to do. Get comfortable. Get this guy Binky involved. He's a former All-Star. Great play by him. Lonnie throws a B-ball in the gap, who runs for a nice gain, getting him to the 20-yard line. Third down, Lonnie throws a Chris in the middle, almost picked off by Mike. Last down, Lonnie on 4 rush, throws the Mills in the back of the end zone, picked off by Twan, giving it back to 99. Twan, second pick of the game. If you look here, too many guys goes deep, and it frustrates Lonnie, and he throws an interception.
And right now, I feel bad for Lonnie, because he's trying to make something out of nothing at this point. None of the receivers are staying short for him. He's under pressure, so it's like he's by himself in the pocket. So he's trying to make something happen. He throws up the pass here because there's nothing else to do, and it leads to Twan getting yet another interception. These receivers are killing Lonnie right now.
Shannon on 4 rush, runs in the gap for a nice gain. Third down, Shannon gets blitzed by Los, rolls right, runs for a decent gain, and the first down. You got to keep Shannon in the pocket, just like you had to do with Michael Vick, or else you're going to face trouble. And he's even lefty like Michael Vick. People are in trouble. Shannon on 4 rush, throws a Bob, cutting in the gap for a nice gain. I like Bob. Good hands, good size. Pause. But he can work in the middle. Pause.
What are you saying? Are
Bottom
you doing
line,
this on purpose?
he's a good receiver. Pause.
Yo, all of that was on purpose. I know it.
Third down, Shannon finds Bop in the corner end zone for the touchdown. Nobody's guarding the corner. Swan gets the extra point. 14-0, 99 problems. And this is what Shannon could do. He's going to hurt you with his feet. And because you got to respect his ability to run, it brings the guys in. They try to close them off, and it opens up lanes on the outside for another guy. Bob should get a lot of touchdowns this season. Definitely good play by him.
And the thing about this that's unfortunate for the Browns, they have a lot of young guys, a lot of young talent, but I don't think that they're prepared to deal with a quarterback like Shannon at this point. Shannon is a person that can manipulate defenses by himself, with his feet alone. The way he runs, and because you're suspecting a run, he can roll out and shift defenses on his own and get receivers open based on his feet and the way he rolls out. That is dangerous, and he's been doing that throughout the game, and because of that, it's hard to stop him regardless of what defense you have right now.
At the end of the first down, Lonnie throws a B-ball in the gap. That's going to be dropped. Lonnie with 2 passes in the gap for a decent gain. Last down, Lonnie throws it up for a rush. Binky jumps, but can't hold on to an incomplete turnover on downs. You got to hold the ball for him. You have to give Lonnie confidence, or he's going to struggle, and we see him struggling now.
And that one, I think that was the best chance that they had to score in this game. This was a better drive than the drives that they had before, because now they had the opportunity to score. They have to build on that on the next drive. Hopefully the defense can hold, because right now they haven't been doing much of that so far.
Shannon throws deep to Rico in the middle, overthrown, incomplete. Second down, Shannon throws the stretch in the middle for a decent gain. Last down, Shannon with blocking from Book, throws deep to JR in the middle, knocked away, turnover on downs. And that's one thing that could be Shannon's weakness, accuracy. He makes mistakes sometimes with his accuracy, and that's the way you can hurt him. If you can keep him in the pocket and eliminate his running ability, he is not the best passer, and that's how you stop a big stop by the Browns.
And this is the stop that they need. They have to build on this momentum and put some points on our offense. Otherwise, all of this is for nothing. But it's good. It's good that they're figuring out how to keep Shannon in the pocket and force him to be a quarterback. And when they were able to do that, Shannon would end up getting stopped.
Second down, Chris comes in to throw. He's going to throw deep to B-boy in the back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. Last play, Chris throws it up incomplete. Ending the game 99 with the win, 14-0 over the Browns.
The Browns had nothing today at all. Lonnie tried his best. It didn't work out. Things end up going the opposite way, against him. Guys were not staying short for him. Certain guys are dropping passes. You're going to kill the morale of any quarterback, especially a quarterback that comes in trying to, make something happen and is struggling. They didn't protect him. They didn't stay short for him, like I said just now, and they were dropping passes. That is a recipe for failure, and that's exactly why the Browns go down 0-2 in 2 games in the same day.
Browns had the ball 11 times. In 2 games, 11 times. They threw 4 interceptions. 1 was a pick 6. They punted twice, and they got stopped 5 times. It's not going to win games. Their defense, on the other hand, Rep City and 99 both had the ball combined 11 times. They gave up 4 touchdowns. They had 3 interceptions, 3 stops, and they made the team punt once. So in 2 games, they gave up 4 touchdowns, which is 2 touchdowns a game. It's pretty decent. With 3 interceptions and 3 stops, I'll take it. Their defense is decent. Their offense needs help. That's too much problems. They have to figure out what they're going to do. 4 interceptions in 2 games. You punt twice and you get stopped 5 times and you get shut out both games. It's not going to work. Like I said, this team needs Reggie to hurry up and get back. But if it's going to be Londy, they have to adjust the offense to him. It's not a big downfield guy. You got to gain him confidence in order to open it up downfield. On the other side, we're going to go to the interview with 99 real quick, and then we'll come back. Good? What's going on? Stephen J. here with Herbie, Shannon, 99 Problems that just had a win 14-0 over the Browns. What grade would you give yourself quarterbacking debut?
I give myself a C+, because I still was making some bad throws, making some bad choices, and I was looking predictable. That's why I got that first pick, the first drive. So yeah, C+. I got a lot of room to improve.
We seen you go Michael Vick style, especially when they play man. Do you think that's going to hurt a lot of teams going forward? Because when they play man and you take off, there's no giver in the league that can stay with you one-on-one.
Yeah, like if I get the space and I see like the angle in the tunnel, I'm gonna take off because I gotta use my feet. I have feet, so if no one's open, or if I got mad green, I'm gonna take it, because now it's gonna make the defense think twice. Now they ain't gonna want to play man. They gonna want to stay flat-footed, and I can make those throws in between the zones and out the zones and hitting the sidelines. I can make those throws. So
is it gonna be difficult with the offense as far as all the talent got in the team, keeping everybody happy?
It's always gonna be difficult making people happy, but as long as I got everybody behind my back and everybody's hungry and ready to get in, and I just keep on subbing everybody and mixing everybody up, it could work. I just gotta know how to deal with it. I created the monster, I gotta deal with it. So
Herbie, this is the team you wanted. This is the team you wanted to put together. And when we looked at it, 80% of your defensive players all made the All-Star team. Was that the idea of bringing them together?
Absolutely. You get me. I'm aggressive. I don't like this interview, but I'm gonna say this, man. When you play against our defense, expect we ball hawks. We're going to get on the ball. And if we can't get on the ball, we're going to hit you. Plain and simple. So you got a whole defense. 9 out of 10 of us went to the All-Star game. All-Star MVPs. We hit the ball, man. Everybody in the league, I don't care who you are. That's my mentality. Everybody know me. You come with it, we coming with it too.
You're not considered. You've been last year you were 7-1. You've been to a chip the year before. But this division, people are talking about YMM and IOD. They don't even label y'all the top team.
Let me tell you something. Hold on, Shane. I got you. Let me tell you something. People going to say YMM because YMM is who they are. IOD. We don't care. We don't care about a YMM. We don't care about an IOD. I don't care about their past. It's a new season. So regardless of what we did last year or the year before that, that don't matter this year.
What's your answer to that question?
People don't respect it because we haven't won a big game. Honestly, if you see YMM and IOD, they won chips everywhere else, in big leagues. We haven't won a big league because, we can't really try everywhere. I play underrated, so you know how that goes. That just messes up a lot of stuff. So.
How it feels to get some help? You've been a 99's only A player for a while. You picked up Herbie, Twan, Rookie of the Year last year. John made an All-Star team. You got a lot of ballers now. How it feels to feel like you went out and got help?
It feels good because now everybody ain't just looking for me to do everything, And now the offense and the defense, they can't just double team me all day. Now you got to worry about Twan, you got to worry about Herbie, you got to worry about Rico, you got to worry about Rubio, Ed. We got to worry about guys, Chris, Eve, Josh, it's just mad guys. So as long as we put everybody in the right spot and we mix it up the right way, we can do something good.
Well, we're going to thank him for being here. To come out the gate, Herbie made it his game. They won 14-0 over Browns. We'll talk to you on the site. Thanks. Before we wrap up the show, I like what I saw. I'm not going to give him a cake because Shannon made some mistakes. I like their defense. Mm-hmm. Their defense had 3 interceptions. It could have been 4 because Mike missed one. They're going to bring problems to other teams. They just got to find a way to pressure the passer. Because when you have teams like YMM that can block, UTF that can block, IOD that can block. These are teams that you're going to face in the playoffs that have blockers. Yeah. You got to bring pressure or what's it going to hurt you. On the other side, Shannon can make plays. He has to get more accurate because teams are going to keep him in the pocket and force him to be a thrower. Yeah. And that's when we're going to see if he's really able to take the spot that Casey had.
And that's how he's going to have to win games. Eventually, he has to make some throws in the pocket. That's going to be the defining factor of if they're going to come up short this season or if they're going to win a championship. Shannon has to become a passer. I'm not saying that he can't. We just haven't seen it this game. He probably didn't need to, get his feelers out against a weaker defense. But he has to settle himself in the pocket and make throws. Until I see that, I can't be confident and say that this team is a championship caliber team yet, even with the talented defensive guys that they have on this team.
Well, we're going to wrap this up. We're going to thank y'all for being with us. We just got through the holidays, all that good stuff. We're going to bring the podcast to be out on Monday. We're going to bring top plays, not top plays now. That'll be on the next show. Mm-hmm. We'll do what we usually do now because it was stuck a lot of games to go through
Holidays,
and holidays,
like you
all that.
said,
So,
yeah.
but everything, we're gonna open everything up now. We're gonna do phone interviews with guys. So just prepare yourself for real tough talk, because now we open it up. Now that we got everything going forward, we should be good. So we're gonna thank y'all for being here with us. 99 comes away with the win over the Browns. 14-0. We're going to wrap up the show on behalf of Ghost. I'm Stephen J. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you for being with us on Real Tough Talk. We're going to see y'all next week when we open the things up, let the floodgates open. We'll see y'all next week, guys. We out of here.